Hey, what's going on, guys? Fuad here. Welcome back to another video. It's been a while, but I'm glad we are here. I'm glad to see you all again. Today we have a topic. As you saw, it was discussed by many of you. I received messages, emails, and I also saw some of you comment about this topic. You expressed some concerns about having a man who seemed to be one foot in and one foot out of the relationship. So I decided that we'll talk about this today, and we'll address it for whoever is facing this situation. You know, they say that understanding the question is half of the answer, and I believe that here uncovering the reasons will help you come to the solutions, because every situation is unique, and maybe not all the solutions that we'll be discussing today apply to the man you're dealing with. However, generally, I think that you'll get a lot from this video. So let's go straight to the first reason why a man would pull back from a relationship. The first reason is the fear of commitment. You know, throughout human history, our survival instincts shaped the way we behave, the way we take decisions, the way we move, and the way we operate. And since the beginnings of human times, we learned to associate negative experiences. We learned to associate them with danger. It was a form of self-preservation. So if I would get attacked by a snake, my instincts will teach me to not approach snakes when I see them in the future. Similarly with fire, if I approach it and get burned by it, this will instill in me a natural caution when I am around fire or when I am around flames. And this is exactly the same when in the realm of relationships. It's important to understand and recognize that our instincts and our perception of how we view the world is based on our past experiences. And sometimes the man that you're dealing with has experienced a lot of trauma, or a lot of emotional trauma. It could be heartbreak, it could be betrayal, abandonment, whatever is the thing. Maybe the man that you're dealing with has experienced something that is really still with him. For example, let's say it's you had a breakup and someone just abandoned the relationship without even telling you the reason why, or no explanation. They just ghosted you, and that was the breakup. Now you will have a hard time being vulnerable in your next relationship. You will not be able to trust the person. The same goes with a friend, for example, a friend who betrayed you. You will have heightened skepticism, and you will have harder time to establish deeper connections with people. Same goes to abandonment. Maybe the man, when he was a child, got abandoned by his mother or one of his parents. This leads the man to have insecurities, and they fear the sense of rejection, and they fear these things. And that now, once they feel that they have some attachments towards you, they start to pull back, they start to pull away, because this reminds them of something traumatic, that something painful that they had in the past. And the solution to that is not as complicated as the experience that the man had. Sometimes I look at it, and even now thinking about it, sometimes it's fascinating to see how wild animals, you can see their transformation from being wild to becoming friendly, domesticated animals. In the Middle East, for example, we have a lot of homeless dogs, and we have a lot of cats in the streets, and no one owns them, and they are not friendly. You cannot go and approach them and pet them or touch them. They are like wild. But it's fascinating to see that how through gradual acts of kindness and how through gradual interactions with this animal, you'll see how they will start to recognize that this human can be a source of safety and comfort. And what was once a wild animal, it becomes a friendly, affectionate pet. And this growth and change can be also applied to relationships. The man that you're dealing with, even if he initially had displayed traits of withdrawal, or he's not totally invested in the relationship, or he's trying to withdraw from it, your best course of action is to show him, to demonstrate to him that you are no harm to him. And you do that by consistent act of kindness. You provide a safe space for him to open up to you. Don't address the issue directly, that no, why you're so close to yourself, why you're pulling away, why you're running away from this relationship. No, this is not how you do it. You do it in a way that you demonstrate that he is safe to be with you, that he can look at this relationship, and he can look at you as a comfort zone, as a place where he can open up with no guards, with no barriers, that he can be himself, he can be with you without anything harmful happening to him. Show your true intentions. He might have feelings for you, but he might be fearing that he can lose you. And usually these experiences have the man prefer to withdraw before even getting into a breakup, because subconsciously they think that this is inevitable, and they would rather pull away right now than wait until the connection becomes even deeper and the pain will be even more harmful to them. So I want you to understand that these instinctual responses are not a result of a rational analysis of the present situation. Usually it's not. Usually it's just a subconscious desire to protect oneself from experiences that they have had in the past. So if you understand this, you'll be able to approach the man in a different way, in a way that you will demonstrate to him that he is in a safe place and that you are there to make him open up, and I believe that there is a potential for you to have a strong connection with him in this regard, especially if you understand now why he's acting the way he's acting, and now you're addressing the things that he might fear happening. Let's go now to the next reason. The next reason is also similar to this, which is personal insecurities. But here the problem is more about the self-perception of the person. The person he is also fearing rejection, but he thinks of himself as less worthy of you. So he would pretend to be something he is not. And he will get you, and you will start to have a relationship. But what you will not notice is that he's just putting a false image in front of you. You're not realizing that it's all a facade. And if the relationship keeps getting deeper and deeper, now the man is fearing, he's doubting his capability of continuing this character, playing this character that he's playing. Or it could be not just character, it could be he's pretending to be something he's not. He's renting things that he doesn't own and stuff like that, just to try and impress you. So usually in these cases, the man doesn't believe that he deserves you, or that his true self, the true character that he is. He doesn't believe that he deserves the love and the affection that is coming from you, and he doesn't believe that he can handle someone like you. Or it's a problem of self-perception and low self-esteem. And usually the way to handle these type of men is by not being judgmental in front of them, not speaking of others in a negative way, because insecure people, they are insecure, right? So insecure people, what they feel is that they feel that everyone is judging every move they take. They look at the world that they are at the center of it, and you want here to, through your actions for sure, indirectly tell them that you're liking the person that they are, and you are not judgmental, and you want also to express indirectly to them that everyone is busy in their own head with their own problems, and no one is focusing with them specifically. So you want to create a safe place for them to be their own and their genuine selves, not the person they are pretending to be. Especially when it comes to speaking of others and being judgmental. This is so bad in case of a man who is insecure, and I speak of it in case of a woman as well, because in my experiences I would know if a woman maybe is insecure about something. And for example, if she has lips fillers or Botox, or I don't know what you call it, I wouldn't compliment these things that are artificial, that are not natural, because I know that she is not going to have them, or maybe she will have them, but it's not who she is. You know, you don't compliment the superficial things. You don't compliment the you try to compliment the attributes that you know that this man has, instead of complimenting the things that he might pretend to have. You know what I mean? The point I'm trying to deliver here is that if I see a man, and usually you can notice, and women are very intelligent in noticing whether the man is not being himself, and you can sense it. I would say you can sense it. Sometimes you sense it, but you don't even think about it. But if you sense something about a man that is telling you that he's not being himself, he's a bit nervous around you, and he's trying to be something to impress you, then try to not address the things that might be unreal, and try to address things that are 100% real, such as the color of their eyes, or their sense of humor, or how tall they are. If you're compliment the real things that you are 100% sure that they are not just putting a false image in front of you to impress you. And as I said, when speaking about other people, never speak anything negative about other people, because what the insecure people, they would put themselves in the person, in the place of that person that you're judging, and they would feel also insecure, and they would imagine, because they might overthink it, they would imagine being in the shoes of that person and you criticizing them. So, and they're also sensitive with words, so I wouldn't, even if they are not insecure, I wouldn't advise you as a person to speak negatively with other people, but be even more cautious when you are with an insecure man or an insecure person in general. When you speak bad about people, it's not helping them at all. It's counterintuitive, and it's worsening how this person perceives himself and his self-esteem. So this is in terms of complimenting, and there is also another point when it comes to conversations with him. Try not to come up with conversations where you know that it's beyond their ability to provide. And here I would say whether it's physical capability, whether it's financial capability, it depends. But I want you to choose topics that you know that the man that you're dealing with, that you're having a relationship, an affair with, you want to make sure that the topics that you're talking with him are, he would be capable of providing and capable of engaging with you doing them. Because sometimes the man, if he is insecure, he would not express that he cannot do this, or he is unaware of this thing, he doesn't know it. And what they would do is that they would rather pull away, because they would think that this is something vital for you, and they would think that it's a deal breaker for you, and this will lead them to withdraw. And there are a lot of examples, but this is how I want you just to take the principle of these examples and address your unique situation. With an insecure person who has low self-esteem, problem of his self-image and self-perception, you want to address him very sensitively with your words, with how you act with him, with how you address and compliment him, with how you speak about others in front of him. So this was the second reason. The third reason is something that you might how can I say it? You might misread. I would say it's emotional unavailability, and this reason, a man is not the definition of the man that society wants or defines, or it's not the definition of the man that you might imagine, which is a man who can express his feelings, who's vulnerable. No, this type of men are totally different, and sometimes you would feel that they are withdrawing, and they are not actually withdrawing, or your interactions with them really make them withdraw from the relationship. These men are like soldiers, you know, they are tough, and their way of expressing themselves is different than how you expect them to express themselves. they don't have their hearts on their sleeves, and they don't pour you with their emotions. They are not so open about talking about their emotions, and they would not also pour you with words and poet. This is not the way how they express themselves. These men usually are strong, and they have stances, and they believe that a man should be independent and should be doing things regardless of how he feels inside. And their way of expressing love is more about gestures of respect and about it's through actions. Mostly it's through actions, and so they have their unique way of operating. And what you want to avoid in this, if you meet a man like that, is to challenge them, or to try to convince them to be otherwise, try to convince them that a man should express his emotions and be vulnerable. I think that this is not the best way how you can deal with this type of man. I would say that the worst thing you can do is to take this as a challenge. Okay, you're tough with me, I'm going to be tough. This is the worst thing that you can do, and this might make this man say like, okay, there is no balance here, there is conflict of power here, and so let me just really withdraw from this relationship. So you might ask now, okay, so how can I do with this man? How can I deal with him? I would say the best way to deal with this man is to be the yin to his yang. So to embrace your feminine energy around him, because you have here a masculine energy. And if you're trying to become masculine, you'll just there's nothing that can connect you to each other. While if you are a feminine, you're expressing your feelings, you're vulnerable, you're genuinely and sincerely expressing what you feel, your emotions and everything. This might gradually make the man reciprocate, which is not necessarily the way you want him to reciprocate, by telling you everything he feels and stuff like that. No, he will do it in his own way, but don't expect him to suddenly pour his emotions. These type of men, they don't do it this way. And the way you want, if you want to keep a man like that, which is a high quality man, as a matter of fact, these men are really you will appreciate them when things go wrong, when things aren't the way you both want them to go. You'll have a strong man that you can rely on. And these type of men, if you want to keep them and not to push them away, you want to celebrate the way they are, the way they display love. You want to appreciate everything about them. And I think that if they feel that they are safe to open up a little bit with you, they will do it, but they will do it in their own way. Don't expect them to be like you, expressing things. If let's say you had an argument with him because of this reason, because that you don't see that he's emotionally available, and you're not okay with that, and you said, okay, let's say you took a break. You went for, I don't know, 1 month break, and you're not talking. When you come back, and let's say you saw also this video and you understand, okay, so it means he's not withdrawing, it's just the way he is and the way he operates. That when you come back to the man, don't ask him if he missed you. Don't ask him if he missed you. Instead, tell him, I missed you. You tell him, I missed you. It was, there wasn't a day where I didn't think about you. And don't expect the man to say, I missed you too. I think that if you understand, if you just keep the man for a while, you'll understand that this man expresses his love differently, and it's not by words. The man doesn't express his love by words. He would express it by actions. And by actions, you will know every man is different, but you will see that the man is expressing his emotions also, but not the way you do. And I think it's also good because you complement each other. You are feminine and he's masculine. So this is in terms of the tough man, the soldier, the warrior. This is why a man like that can come across as if he was withdrawing from the relationship, or can also be withdrawing from the relationship because you are attacking him for who he is, and you are misreading him, and you are misunderstanding his love language and his way of operating. Now let's move to the next reason. let me check here. I had here a list where I was speaking about, I wrote just notes. We spoke about, the next reason is external circumstances. External circumstances. Sometimes the man will love you and will be interested in you, and you can ruin this interest, and you can make him withdraw from the relationship and pull away from the relationship in two ways. If the man is too busy and he sees that you require a lot of attention, you become just a heavy weight on his back and he cannot handle. He sees that the attention that you need from him is beyond what he can afford. He cannot give you the attention needed, or if he would have to give you the attention you want, he would have to get rid of something that is important to him, such as his job or whatever is the thing. His business, his family, whatever, I don't know. It depends on the man you're dealing with. And the second way of how you might be pushing the man away is when he's giving you attention, but it doesn't seem to make you care about him. So he's putting effort into the relationship, but you don't really care about it. And so he says, okay, so one way you're too demanding, and the other way you're not too demanding, but you're saying, okay, you're not focused with the man. And now he realized that even if he has invested, even if he took actions towards the relationship, you're not reciprocating, and this tells him that, okay, maybe I would have also to put a lot of energy and a lot of investment and a lot of work into this relationship to make it work, and I cannot provide all this. And that's why also the man might pull away from the relationship. And this is less likely to be, because if you are here and watching and even watching a video about this topic, it means that you care enough. But also, this is how a man would think. If I want a woman, I'll give her my attention, but sometimes she will respond to my attention. She will respond to what I do, and we'll have back and forth. We'll meet each other and we'll start something. We'll start to develop something. Okay, but the woman is too demanding, and this will also put a pressure on me if I have a lot of external challenges. Or I would do some efforts to establish something with the woman, but I see that nothing is moving from her side. It's as if I didn't do anything. You know, it's like telling me that you even didn't reach the minimum standards for me to open my eyes and look at you. And here also, I would pull away because it's not worth it for me, you know, because I cannot invest in, I cannot put an effort that means something to me and doesn't mean anything to her. And in this situation, I would pull away from the game or from the relationship. But most likely your case is could be the other way, where you need a lot of attention and the man has external challenges that doesn't allow him to give you that attention, to give you, it could be not just attention, it could be other things that you need from him that he cannot afford. So this is in terms of the external factors. And now we will talk about the last one, which is loss of interest. You know, sometimes we admire each other, and we have a relationship, we meet, and suddenly you will have the man starting to withdraw from the relationship. And we should also acknowledge the possibility that the man saw that maybe your life goals and values doesn't match with his, and he saw maybe that you are not compatible with each other. And it's something that also you need to consider as well, because maybe the man is just gradually exiting the relationship so that he doesn't give you a shock or an abrupt cut because usually it's painful when someone just withdraw like suddenly. So he's gradually exiting, and I think that if you have had some conversations with him, some arguments or some things that you disagreed with, and you didn't agree about something, maybe that is essential for a relationship, then I think that you can understand that sometimes it's a possible reason why a man is pulling away from the relationship. You would have some men who would just ghost you. You meet them today, everything is fine, and second day they are not available. You don't even, they might even block you, and these are like not the best men, and they don't consider women's emotions. But sometimes you will have men who would gradually exit the relationship to not hurt you. And the best solution about this is to respect the man's decision. If you notice that the man is exiting the relationship, you can communicate with him that you notice that he is pulling away, and that you suspect that he wants to end this. And if you would be open and respectful and you come in a good tone, he would tell you if this is his intention or not. And I think that you should not convince him to do otherwise. I think you should be telling him that you appreciate him, you love him, and you wouldn't want this to happen. But if this is his own choice and he has thought about it thoroughly, that you respect his decision. And this speaks volumes about your character, because now he will think that, okay, like she's really not that bad. And even if he really then still keeps holding onto his decision to exit the relationship, he will always have respect for you, and you will always have someone, if you need his support in any way or form in the future, I think that he will always pick up the phone when you call him, because you ended this relationship on a good note. So these were the reasons I have prepared today for why men sometimes pull away from relationships. There's still one it would be too long if I speak about it, which is a playful man. There's games that men also play when they pull away from the relationships. It's also related to one of you who commented about silent treatment. These are like acts that narcissists do usually, but I will not discuss this topic. I will speak about it in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. And if the video is already up, you will see it somewhere here in the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support that you show in the channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Do share with me always your thoughts in the comments. I do read all the comments, and I consider also some of them for the videos I create. I hope that you got value from this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.